Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 21. This is episode number 35. It's playoffs time. But we actually have one more, what's counted as a regular season matchup before the playoffs begin in earnest. The Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays have tied in the AL East. The good news for the both of them is win or lose, they are in the playoffs. Reason being, winner claims the division. Loser claims the final wild card spot. And in both cases, it was ridiculously close because in that wild card race, there was two teams a game behind, and for me, I only missed the playoffs by 3 games as I had 84 wins myself. So phenomenal season. We finished up with a record of 84 and 78 with virtually the same team that had almost 20 fewer wins a season ago. Just a season further on, a little more development for most of the players, majority being young players, was enough, and we jump from where we were to where we finished. But let's get through these playoffs because our job is done for now. Let's see what happens here. So winner claims the division, loser claims the final wild card. In this one, it's Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays, 13-9, 3.77 ERA. Excellent pitcher going up against Michael Baumann. But the Orioles are at home, so does that make up for it? Well, we'll find out. And there you go. Our first 30-30 player, Kellenich. Also 2020 player in Fraley and Rojas. Both of them made it as 2020. Nice. Fletcher, can I just... Okay. That's fine. We'll leave you sitting there. Let's get back to the playoff coverage. What has happened? It's the Orioles versus the Astros. But are they the what? It's the Orioles. So the Orioles lost. Yes, the Rays have won that game against the Orioles and winning 4 straight to end the season, catching up. In terms of expectations, the Rays should have had 97 wins this season. The Orioles should have had 86 wins this season. So the Orioles did exactly what was expected of them. The Rays underperformed throughout the season. Alright, so looking at it from the playoff tree perspective, the Orioles and the Astros. Yes, the Astros with a really strong season, a really good record, end up in the wild card game. And then meanwhile, the Pirates and the Padres are going to battle it out in the National League game. Okay, will you not let me go forward? Season's done. It really doesn't matter. Can we then just go rehab assignment? Why does this matter? Okay, Aaron Fletcher, we already pushed down. Wow, Fernandez did quite well for himself. Okay, Josh Croft, we will put you on the injured list. There. Dang. Vlad Guerrero Jr. hits 370. Oh, that's hard to believe that a Guerrero would hit that well. I mean, power, yes, but that kind of average? Okay, can we proceed? Orioles have beaten the Astros. The Astros are out just like that, so the Orioles bounce back from their bonus regular season game to get through anyway. And the Pirates have beaten the Padres. And there you go. There's your 4 teams into the division series. Angels and Twins take game 1. Pirates and Braves take game 1. Orioles have leveled the series while the Twins go up 2. Twins have clinched already in 3. As have the Braves, so the Cardinals are out. I think the Cardinals had the best record in the National League, didn't they? No. The Dodgers did. By a wide margin. Dodgers have clinched in 4. All that's left now is the Angels and Orioles. Can the Orioles get the upset over the 95 and 67 Los Angeles Angels, who have had 2 straight appearances at the World Series? And if memory serves me correctly, they won 1 of those, but they do continue on into the League Championship Series after winning game number 5 4-0. Took 2 straight wins, coming from 2-1 down, and that was a close 6-5. They almost got eliminated right there. Alright, what do we have going on here? So much random news. Like it if it had refined that a little bit and had a little less on the random stuff. Alright, back to the playoff coverage. Alright, so Angels and Twins, Dodgers and Braves. Game 1, Angels win 6-4. Imagine the other series is about to get started as well. The Dodgers win that one 8-1, as the Angels open with 2 home wins, 5-2 on that one. Going a little deeper, and the Braves have leveled that series. Just take home field advantage away. They win 6-4. Twins win 1 at home, 5-2. But the Angels go up 3-1 with the road victory, 6-1. Just 1 game away from their 3rd straight trip to the World Series. But meanwhile, the Braves, after stealing home field advantage, continue with that advantage by winning at home 4-1. Today you've got Kershaw versus Sean Newcomb. That game goes 6-0 to the Dodgers. They are now level at 2. Twins staying alive with a 3-0 win. Here, Game 5 goes to the Braves, reasserting an advantage in that series with a very, very close 3-2 win. Is that the turning point? Can the Braves break up this LA series? Can't remember. I know the Dodgers were in it last year. But were they in it 2 years ago? Has it been LA versus LA each of the last 2 seasons? Or was it just one of them? That's what I can't remember. And the Angels have clinched in 6 with a 7-6 victory over the Minnesota Twins. And here we go. Game 6. And that's it. The Braves have won. Braves beat the Dodgers 8-3. Acuna, the series MVP. Both series ending in 6. And there is your World Series matchup. It will not be an inner city matchup. We will have across the nation, Atlanta versus LA. Both teams very, very similar this year. LA 95-67, Atlanta at 94-68. Their home road percentages are very, very similar. Atlanta won 2 of 3 in the regular season. They only played once. LA, big offense, 819 runs. Only 6th in the AL, actually, this season. Their defense was 5th with 740 runs given up. Meanwhile, Atlanta was 2nd in offense with significantly less than what LA had scored at 787. But we're 7th in defense at 697. Obviously, fewer runs in the National League than the American League. Mostly coming down to that 9th batter versus having a DH. So here we go. World Series is on. Game 1. Bryce Wilson versus Ohtani. Ohtani, the real favorite for this one, and it's in LA as they had that one single game advantage. And Los Angeles wins 4-1 to open the World Series with a victory. Second game, again, is going to be a pretty close matchup this time. But LA wins both games at home before they head to Atlanta. They take the 6-4 victory and a very large 2-0 lead into Atlanta for this one. And you've got Morton, who's been very good so far, though winless, against Kyle Wright, who does have a win. Both of them have been lights out here in the playoffs. Atlanta fighting back. They win 5-1. Kuna grounded with homers. Alright, so here we go. Game 4. Andrew Heaney, Sean Newcomb. Almost identical ERAs. Atlanta at home. Can they even the series? And they do with a 9-6 high scoring of the World Series so far. It's going to come down to the wire. It's 2-2 with a best of 3 now to decide who is World Series champs this year. LA, in their 3rd straight World Series appearance, certainly has the recent experience. might be considered favorites, especially when they've got home for 2 of these. But Game 5 is in Atlanta, not in LA. So can Atlanta keep the home win streak alive for these 2 teams and be 1 win away? And they do. They do. In fact, they do it with a big barrage of scoring. They win 10-3 in this one. Ohtani hit his second home run of this World Series, but 3 home runs from Atlanta puts them 1 win away, but they're going to have to head to LA for these final 2 games. 2 chances for Atlanta to claim a World Series, something they have not done since their glory days, I think, right? In the 90s, where they had arguably the best team in baseball for a period of years. I mean, that was a good, 5-6 year stretch where they were utterly dominant, and other than the Yankees standing in their way, they won a lot during that stretch. Game 6. Toussaint, Gausman. Has Toussaint even had a start? And there it is, the Atlanta Braves 2-0 with the shutout to win the World Series. They only managed to get 2 runs across the plate. Freeman with a homer, amounting for at least 1 of those. And Freeman is the series MVP, first baseman, 4-star overall, 33-year-old Freddie Freeman. Left-hander, played 161 games this year, over 600 at-bats, 26 home runs, fewer than a season ago, 89 RBI, fewer than a season ago. Takes a little step backwards in production at age 33, but the average has been identical for the last few seasons. And while the slugging has slowly tapered off, it's still been good. And they claim a World Series championship for the Atlanta Braves in 6 games over the Los Angeles Angels. And that was 5 homers for Freeman and 9 RBI in 30 at-bats for this playoffs. And Austin Riley, 6 homers, 15 RBI, hitting .313. Grandal had 3 homers as well to go with it. So mostly long ball. I mean, if we're looking, almost half their runs were scored via long ball, and you don't know how many the other half were on base with when those home runs were hit. But definitely the route that they went, they didn't even necessarily hit very well outside of a couple guys. Pitching, big factor for them in this one. A lot of very, very low ERAs. In fact, only a few of their pitchers even giving up any runs. Alright, so there you go. Freeman, MVP. The 94-win regular season team has claimed it. And tomorrow begins the off season. We'll have awards coming soon. We've got so much to do, but unlike previous years, I'm going to make my way through the off season much, much faster, and with only a handful of highlights. Corner goal complete. Nice. Much better score. Much better. We've had our reputation is building. We almost made it to that 34,000. Major increase. We got the winning record a year early. And here's our review. Above 500. We upgraded internally. Our runs against jumped to 3rd this year. Junior Fernandez, the player we acquired. That's not on me. We won 84 games and kept the ticket sales low, and somehow we still didn't hit that mark. But that's for next year anyway. But they are happy with our performance. They want a winning record. They still want us to get to that 35,000. And they still want us to make the playoffs. And soon. And I understand that they want to get there, but that's it's awfully soon for a team that hasn't made it in almost 2 decades. I think that's up 10 million or something like that. Payroll up to about 95 million. We're under 60 right now, I think, so that's that gives us the potential to definitely go out and pick up a big free agent this off-season. Definitely going to head to that front office here soon. It's got a lot to do. Contract extended? Really? I only got 1 year extension and a very, very small increase in salary. We did go through our coaching staff, by the way. So a lot of these guys are being allowed to leave on purpose, and we did re-sign some intentionally. So there might have been a little more I wanted to do with that. I'm not certain. Okay, prospects. Marte, Andrew Jones. Young player still developing. Julio Rodriguez. Trevor Larnack making some real progress, getting some names up there again after it was down to nothing. The guys who were there developed, came up. Pitching, though, is a bit lighter. One thing was near the top. He went down quite a bit. And is the only one we have. Still 10th on this list, which is not bad. Definitely could be better, but again, we have the depth that we never had. We didn't have. We had a couple really good, talented players that were close, but outside of that, there was nothing in this system. And those guys have all made it. They're all up there and part of the team now. Kellenich being the best example of those. Arbitration already ongoing. Alrighty, well there you go. We've done it. We reached the end of the season, and I'm going to start navigating the off season. It's still October. I'm probably not even going to see you again for a little while, and we'll just do highlights of everything. I'm going to get into the award voting, the salary arbitration. We'll go with that. We only have a few guys. Kikuchi, Puck, Long Jr. Kikuchi, no way are we wanting to pay that kind of money, even though he ended up having a pretty good year. Puck, on the other hand, though, I would love to hang on to him. Still has room for improvement. Kikuchi had a great bounce back year. Definitely did. But it's not worth $15 million. Especially after the previous couple seasons. And we only have a few pending minor league free agents. And some of these guys were ones that were refusing to re-sign with us. That's the only reason why they are leaving. But I'll double check on those. That's a very short list, so really happy with that. But that's going to do it for this season. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.